took my 40, I walked out of court, went bought a 9. If you can't make something out of nothing, then no, you ain't my kind. Bitch, you can't be talking to me crazy, I ain't just anybody. Set up shop wherever I stop at, been serving anybody. Take them to a different county, remix them on anybody. Nigga, let that money hit my hand, you can forget about it. Trap smell like dope, you can smell this shit from up the road. Nigga asked me, can he test the pack? I'm finna up the pole. I was thinking lil' buddy was savage till he up and told. Then he hit me up trying to get bowls, I hung up the phone. Now I gotta stop using this phone, niggas on the boat. Discipline myself to not smoke when I be on the road. I was giving smoke sex to old heads for hydros. People getting offended from the weed smoke on my clothes. Niggas show they hand with all that hating, I be moving different. I might show some racks for motivation, I be moving it. Big wop, tote, big chop, don't get dropped. Yeah, I'm still active with the bag, you can still shop. Big wop, tote, big chop, don't get dropped. Yeah, I'm still active with the bag, you can still shop. Police hit the light, stop by a trail before you let me out. I can't have no nigga do no work, I feel it let me down. Don't ever ask me to do no shit that you wouldn't do for me. But he hit a lick on 30 P's and brought it all to me. I can see right through a lot, so bitch don't try to tell me now. I'm behind Arby's in the Charger dropping 50 Zans. I ran out of pills and started serving mama's medication. Ambience was fucking niggas up, had them hallucinate. Make her eat that dick, she in here drinking all my pre-cum. Nigga wanna smoke it out with me, better have 3 lungs. Big wop, tote, big chop, don't get dropped. Yeah, I'm still active with the bag, you can still shop. You can still shop. You can still shop.
All right now. Get your shit together. Get your shit together. Woo!
What up, big? Like it get a little meaner each time, don't it, huh? Real spit. Let the Eskimos speak. It goes sinister, minister with his third eye watching the show from the beginning. It's the end of an era, the dawn of an age of Aquarius, buried the truth to be saved. Did you ever think you would see so many slaves? Tell that dollar sign on them to make them behave, Stevie. They need us to settle for minimum wage. Get on some pot calling the kettle black shit to stay paid. Damn it. I'm madder than average, mad as the masses. Crabs in the bucket, let's tip it and tuck it, bag it and tag it. The whole bucket, fuck it, they're killing each other. Keep mashing, then let's take the welfare of they bitches to show compassion. Make sure that all our power's on top and it's everlasting. Just pass that generational wealth down and keep passing till we have no more resources left round. And then get absent, meaning cloudy days in the future. That's weather forecasting for that ass. If we don't get up off that ass and make some progress with that movement and investments with that stash. And if you ain't got you no stash, what you been doing with your work? And if you ain't got you no work, how you been measuring your worth, dude? Don't shoot the 50 with me, just tell me the truth. You scared of being on your own, as long as she take care of you, it's cake. And if I'm out of bounds, prove me wrong, get me straight, get up your weight. Real players might get in a bind a bend, but won't break. Power up and never stop. It's the hatter coming back at your batter up in the box. Swing. They ain't prepared to better pressure being real brings. Sitting on the sideline, niggas trying to run schemes. Never heard of hard work, I can only blame them. Cause bad apples have seeds too, don't throw away the stems. Garbage in, garbage out. Social media wins again, let's go to them Joneses house. Go to what them Joneses about. Do just what them Joneses doing and try to take them Joneses clout. You might even catch a record deal, cause they got talent scouts. They ran our culture straight in the dirt and brainwashed it. The yes we can movement ain't work, pain squashed it. That sounds kinda like an excuse, cause the painful truth is that we easily distracted and emotionally reactive. So they can use somebody claiming God and Jesus and come wipe us out. Somebody talking nice and know how to please us with the better route. I spit deep shit to make you peep shit. This drug user movement got y'all vibing to some weak shit. Auto-tune brought us to the bottom and now y'all underneath it. Real rap move like the ocean and y'all seasick. Some of y'all move the ball, but most of y'all defense. Blacks big up and black downfall is the weakness. Whole world.
Niggas would swear to God that he gonna come out and be that same, you know what I'm saying?
youngest of the camp boosted, and I was telling niggas that's impossible. You like the longest that you can do and come back and still get back into your slot will be.
Oh shit. All right, man. All right. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck put that there? I tell you what a day, man. One of them things, my nigga. It's one of them things. And if shout out to that nigga Mello Jones. Shout out to that nigga Mello Jones. If you don't know, nigga, just in case, my nigga, real talk. Shout out to Mello Jones, first one through the door. He said we working. I appreciate that love. Y'all know what to do. We're going Cash App, PayPal. We on. I appreciate that, my nigga. We working. That was it.
The urgent hunt for a killer after a deadly shooting rampage at a Sweet 16 birthday party in Alabama over the weekend. 4 people were killed, including 2 students just weeks away from graduating high school. It's one of at least 10 mass shootings over this weekend alone, and the 164th this year.
I would say this has definitely been a life-changing experience.
Brenaja Hutchinson talking to ABC News from her hospital bed about surviving Saturday night's deadly shooting in rural Dadeville, Alabama. It started as a Sweet 16 birthday party, shattered when a shooter or shooters opened fire, killing 4, injuring 32.
I was still inside the building, yelling at them to help me, and nobody would help me, so I had to gain my strength and walk outside after being shot.
The shooting wounding this tight-knit community as police raced to find a suspect, asking locals this evening to help them with any leads they have. Keenan Cooper was DJing the party when the attack began. He remembers the moment when the shots first rang out.
They mentioned someone had a gun. They stopped the party for a second, asked them to leave. Nobody left, and the party continued. An hour later, that's when all the shots rang off.
Among those killed, 18-year-old Philstavius Dowdell, the birthday girl's beloved big brother, a Dadeville High School star athlete and honor student who'd accepted a football scholarship to Jacksonville State University.
He's so goal-oriented, always had a smile on his face, just willing to help anybody and do anything that's possible.
I feel like he didn't deserve that because he was innocent, and he had just committed to going to college, and he was a sweet boy. And I feel so sorry for his sister.
The other victims identified as 23-year-old Corbin Holston, 17-year-old Shankevia Smith, and 19-year-old Marcia Collins.
He was the light of my life. He was my firstborn son. I only have one, and now he's gone.
As authorities search for suspects, the Dadeville community remembering those lost this weekend, now just hoping for justice.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel.
There it is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's that type of time tonight. Yeah. We on that type of time. Hold on.
Police. You can call whoever. You can call the police.
That's the bullshit I be talking about right there.
What I want you to think about is this right here. What about if this 85-year-old man, who they say this could possibly be racially motivated, this is him reaping what he sowed. First of all, the young man lived. If he was that bold at 85 years old to simply shoot a 16-year-old black man for ringing the wrong door, something tells me this is not his first time doing this. This is his first time getting caught. But 85 years old, with that kind of hatred in your heart, this can't be the first time you've been involved in a racially motivated, violent crime against a black man.
Dog, and you know what's so heavy? Let's
Even
keep
though
going.
these are 16 and 17-year-olds, we will be charging them as adults in this.
2 teenagers are behind bars in connection with Saturday's mass shooting in Alabama. And within the last 30 minutes, authorities have charged a third person, a 20-year-old. 4 people were killed, 32 others wounded at a dance studio in Dadeville during a birthday party. Fox 5's Tyler Finger was there this morning as Alabama police announced the arrest of those accused killers.
A growing memorial marks the site of the mass shooting that rocked small-town Dadeville, Alabama. Days after gunfire erupted inside the Mahogany Masterpiece dance studio at a Sweet 16 party, 3 people have now been arrested.
This is Alabama. And when you pull out a gun and you start shooting people, we're going to put you in jail.
Law enforcement have charged 17-year-old Tyreek McCullough, 16-year-old Travis McCullough, and 20-year-old Wilson Hill Jr. with 4 counts of reckless murder, 1 count for each person killed, with more charges expected.
We're going to make sure every one of those victims has justice and not just the deceased.
Investigators have not said what sparked the shooting that cut short the lives of 19-year-old Marcia Collins, 18-year-old Phil Dowdell, 23-year-old Corbin Holston, and 17-year-old Kiki Smith. The shooting also left 32 others injured, with 4 still critical. Those from the small town watched as police announced the arrests.
I'm grateful that justice will be done, and I'm glad they got somebody.
Police say their focus remains on the families affected.
We're tired of going to the mothers and having to tell them that these kids are not coming home. We're not concerned about the headlines. We're worried about mom.
Investigators are not releasing a lot of details about this case to protect the investigation, but we should learn more when the suspects appear in court for the first time this week. Alabama police say that they are still waiting for some people to come forward who were actually at that party as this investigation continues.
There it is. All right, so shout out that nigga Joshua Powell. Shout out to nigga Joshua Powell. Shout out to Romeo. Shout out to Romeo. Romeo hit me up. He hit me up. Feel like Monday or something, and was asking me what was going on down here, and you know. This is where we at, my nigga. This is really where we at. I didn't want to come and all right, let's do it. So I have an issue. I have a problem with when do you officially resign from the street to where none of that shit has anything to do with you anymore? Because even with children, here you have it, even with children being murdered, I still look at it like, you know what I'm saying, on some street shit damn near. Because it was street. Because it was street. See, this is where shit get, this is where we get some real understanding. I told you, I'm not with that whole, let's cry and mourn when a motherfucker either get a life sentence or a motherfucker get their life taken or get hit by a bullet. I'm not with that shit. I'm not with the, oh my God. At this point in time, period, point blank, everybody see exactly what's going on outside. And as far as the particulars of what's going on, we're going to get into that. But I mean, my nigga, it's a Sweet 16 birthday party. Off the top of the head, tell me why these niggas shot it up. Off the top of the head, I want you to tell me. You tell me it's a Sweet 16 birthday party at a dance hall where they had to have chaperones. Tell me why the shooting went down. Before we get into the, this bitch was fucking with that dude and all this other shit like this. And the parents. Who knew who was with who? The DJ. No. Cause I said, cause you know what? My oldest, she just came back and told me some shit about her school and shit like that. You know, my oldest is 13. And this whole like raising children the way that, you know, we was raised back in the day when we had these type of phones, that shit is out. That's out. The same things that we see, they see. This place right here, Dadeville, Alabama, this is a country, one horse, no Walmart having. Family Dollar is the fucking hangout. The question should be how we saw the shit in Chicago. Oh, Chicago. Oh man, they shooting and shit like that. But slowly but surely, I'm getting word from all across the country, every corner and crevice, it's the same thing. If you took the city and state out of the newscast, you would just assume that this is all happening in Chicago. You would assume that these niggas is from Chicago. I'm sitting back. I'm looking at you. I want to know, you tell me why these boys ran up in the party and started shooting into a fucking crowd of kids. Oh man, hold on. Man, shout out Naeem Edwards coming in this motherfucker. Naeem Edwards just made a real heavy milestone. I continue to tell y'all about Naeem Edwards. If you have not seen her video on Beyonce's protege, you need to go check it out. But Naeem, I seen that. I couldn't text you back before I got started, but I seen that. And once again, I'm extremely proud. You know, get this name. Turn the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And I love to see that. I love to see that progression. I love to see, same thing with Eric the Longshoreman, those steps forward. That shit means something to me because this is what's going on outside. This is what's going on outside. All right, so we got the first thing right here. Here we go. All right, there you go. First comment on the slab. First comment on the slab. Give them the death penalty. This senseless stuff has to stop. Now, this ain't no disrespect to you, big homie, but this is what I'm saying. Open comments like that, comments that are open like that, like, oh, just give them the death penalty. That's not the issue we have. The issue isn't, oh, we need stiffer punishments, because, and this is where we come to that point of having experience in this field is extremely important. If you don't have experience, you would think that stiffer sentences would scare a motherfucker the same way that an unexperienced person would think that if we just take guns, if we just pass a law and make guns illegal, then that would stop all the shootings. Where an experienced person would say, only thing that would do is disarm all of the legitimate gun owners. But the people who acquire their guns illegally, you just gave them the key to the city, to every fucking house. The penalty for the crime, we've already lost at that point. If we have the death penalty, we've already lost because the crime has already happened. Experience says, dog, when we was outside doing this retarded shit we was doing, we weren't thinking about, it wouldn't matter if you get hanged in the street. It wouldn't matter because we're not thinking about the consequences. We not feeling like we're gonna get caught. When we're this age right here, it don't take no rocket scientist, my nigga. It don't take no rocket scientist. Every city in the United States, whether it was kids fighting over football or whatever, you had fights coming up. The fights aren't the issue. This is why I held it down and I didn't want to speak on this until I got the word from up top explaining what's going on. And like I said, if she want to come on and break down what's going on, or if the father wants to come on and speak, I'm not pressing anybody to do anything. Something has changed. Do we know what that is? No, I'm saying when we were younger and we was in middle school and high school, we had dances. We had skating rings. You telling me that fights didn't break out? Yeah, no, it's respect, you know, it's respect. I'm just speaking on it. It's always been, when we were this age, it's always been a clash. But something has changed here to where now, instead of, you know, back in the day, so in my part of the world, it was Daphne against Baymonette. That was the big rivalry, you know what I'm saying? And it come from sports, and from sports, it goes to, so the two teams want to beat each other probably back in 2000. So now all that testosterone with these young high school boys, they start fighting at the dances and shit like that. And then from that, now a whole beef has started back and forth. You might get a little party where niggas shooting the air and shit like that. Young boys have always wanted to put their chest out and show that they the most. That's primal. If you've had dogs, more than one dog, you see how dogs do that. Who's the alpha here? You know, back then, the biggest thing that might happen is somebody from this side or that side go get their big brother that's not in high school, or go get their uncle. And now you got the older people out there fighting and shit like that. I'm speaking for real. If that's not what happened in your side of town, then speak up. I'm looking over here. I come from lower Alabama, like at the bottom where the water at. This is Daphne, Alabama, not Mobile, Alabama. Just Daphne. I need to make that clear. It's Baldwin County. This is one of them, you know, country type places and shit like that. Just like this place right here. If you come from a sports town, then you've seen these things. A sports rivalry turns into, you know, kids from this city and that city, when they see each other, it is something that's supposed to happen. And it just, you know, naturally evolves and progresses, and then it degresses. Because as you get older, you know, you start to, you know, we didn't really have no issue with each other. It's just because you was from up there, I was from down here. Easy peasy, we down the road. But when you got the situation where, oh man, who said Gulf Shores? Oh man, who the hell said that, man? Who the hell that is? Man, who is that? Who is that? That's where it would go down at. Oh, that motherfucker, that knows something. They know something. You know, yeah. PA, you know what I'm saying? In these places, you have these little, and it's normal for little boys to do that. And we had, you know, back then, in those days when we was on that type of shit, you had Pastor Troy, they'll play Lil Jon when we was kids like that. Whoever was in control of the music knew we finna get real right now. Whoever the DJ was, they knew if I played this Pastor Troy song, there's gonna be a fight here. Am I lying? Am I lying? Oh man. Oh man, don't play that. Man. Them songs ain't for nothing but fighting. No more playing GA. That's what's up. Big talk, big high, big bang. What? Okay, he said, now look what he said. Now look, this is what we got to get real. Look what he said. He said in Brooklyn, it was Annie Up. Annie Up, kidnapped that fool. That's that. If they played that down here, it would be a fight, but it wouldn't be a fight between the kids. It'll be a fight between the kids and the DJ. Everybody would rush the damn DJ booth and just beat that nigga up. Like, what the fuck are you doing in here? That wouldn't do, you know what I'm saying? But it's different things. It's different places. But no matter where it is, the DJ knows what songs is going. It's a difference between get the party live and start a fight. Because there is no party. As a DJ, what you know, the DJ that you're going to have at your Sweet 16 party, a kid's party, that DJ is a local fucking DJ. That nigga riding around with his motherfucking laptop hoping that them folks got a goddamn speaker at the venue. You know exactly, that nigga ain't up that bitch scratching and fucking breaking no fucking records. That nigga is playing background music for them kids to have fun. That's another thing that motherfucker got to understand. I don't know what DJ mean in other places. Well, regardless what it mean in other places. Well, a DJ that's doing Sweet 16 parties at this type of venue, yeah, at this type of venue, this ain't no motherfucking a worldwide DJs fucking coalition. This is a nigga that's gonna pull up to that motherfucker with his nephew or some shit like that, catching a ride. One of the mothers then told they brothers, man, bring that damn laptop up here and come play this music for these damn kids. It's that type of nigga, but the nigga does it though. That's the whole point of it. He does it. So he's known in that circuit. You got a little party, that's the DJ you get. You know what the fuck is going on. The DJ knows this song is going to do this. A DJ would not play fucking Barry White at a Sweet 16 party in Dadeville, Alabama in 2023. There's a beginning, middle, and an end to a DJ set. That much, but I'm saying it's just a low grade DJ. Point. You know what songs do what. Because you're part of the community, you know what, like if you was just a nigga who went to work every day and went home, that'd be something different. But because you're in the entertainment field, you know what the fuck going on because you have to be there. It's like if you work at the gas station, you know when the truck come in. You don't have to be a corporate manager to know when the truck come in. You don't even got to be the one that got to stack the truck. You know when the truck come in. It's a part of the job. I told you, dog, I'm not one of these motherfuckers that's going to play this fucking game. Oh, we just going to cry when people die. No. No, fuck no. A lot of motherfuckers, fuck it, man. We're gonna talk, my nigga. Man, a lot of mothers, my nigga. A lot of mothers think that this gang banging shit is cool as fuck and cute as fuck, especially in these small towns. Let me tell you something about small town living. Dog, when you living in a town that don't got a Walmart in it, everybody knows everybody. The internet, social media did a fucking number on small towns. Motherfuckers was already nosy in these small towns, but now that social media is around, it just amplified what's already inside of motherfuckers. Dog, you have Parents, listen to me. Parents, usually mothers, that when their child is born, they will use that child as a shield. So don't look at me, look at my child. So it doesn't matter that the father is a has-been and don't got shit going on. Look at how fast my son can run. It don't matter that the mother is bad built like a motherfucker and don't got shit going and got 12 kids. Look how fine my daughter is. There's no raising going on. There's no fucking, they are really just hiding behind their child. And when the child starts to do something that gets them attention, that's their chance to be cool. Let me tell you something. This is for mother, father, man, woman alike. If a motherfucker if their conversation, like their conversation is about their high school glory days, whether he was a high school fucking athlete or she was the baddest bitch in high school, motherfuckers who always like revert back to that, and you've heard these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like that's you get around them, you was in high school with them, y'all 30 years old now, but that's what they talking about. Like, I couldn't keep them boys off of me back in high school. You know how they was. It was just too much. Oh, every school in the nation, they wanted me. Oh yeah, you know me. They'll talk about, that play that fucked up that season why they didn't win the championship. After high school, everything stopped. You weren't good enough to go to college. You weren't bad enough or had the intellect to be a model. So you just went straight into normal life. And that's what you've been doing for 20 years. Now the child comes, and because you want to feel that feeling of being somebody again, you will throw your child to the motherfucking wolves. Look at this motherfucker. Real talk, man. The first thing that has to be spoke on is, how is this possible? And I hate the whole, man, if we had opportunity. One thing that the internet did do is kill that fucking whole opportunity shit, because you got motherfuckers nationwide, worldwide, that's working from home like a motherfucker. It don't matter what the fuck business is close to you. You can work online. I got some videos. Shout out to my nigga Big Mick. Shout out to that nigga Terrell Bay. Shout out to that nigga Colorado Rick. He finna jump back in that goddamn truck. But I got them, speaking about that truck, so we can kill all that opportunity shit. There are trucking companies out here that don't give a fuck what type of situation you got. If you can hold this wheel, they call it a wheel holder, they'll allow you to come in. The problem is, everybody, all of them, Dog, is that nigga walking down Ram from fucking from 7-8 Sports? Man, shout out to that nigga goddamn walking down Ram. Ram, I know you new in here. You know, we do everything through the Cash App and PayPal because the YouTube take all the super chat money and shit like that. But I appreciate that love, Ram. It's good to see you over here, my nigga. We need to holler behind the scene too on some other. But when I look at these, when I look at the top row and the bottom row, the only difference that I really can see is some people turned in they nice pictures and some turned in they bad pictures. These are the same people.
Even though these are 16 and 17-year-olds, we will be charging them as adults in this.
2 teenagers are behind bars in connection with Saturday's mass shooting in Alabama. And within the last 30 minutes, authorities have charged a third person, a 20-year-old. 4 people were killed, 32 others wounded at a dance studio in Dadeville during a birthday party. Fox 5's Tyler Finger was there this morning as Alabama police announced the arrest of those accused killers.
A growing memorial marks the site of the mass shooting that rocked small-town Dadeville, Alabama. Days after gunfire erupted inside the Mahogany Masterpiece dance studio at a Sweet 16 party, 3 people have now been arrested.
This is Alabama. And when you pull out a gun and you start shooting people, we're going to put you in jail.
Law enforcement have charged 17-year-old Tyreek McCullough, 16-year-old Travis McCullough, and 20-year-old Wilson Hill Jr. with 4 counts of reckless murder, 1 count for each person killed, with more charges expected.
We're going to make sure every one of those victims has justice and not just the deceased.
Investigators have not said what sparked the shooting that cut short the lives of 19-year-old Marcia Collins, 18-year-old Phil Dowdell, 23-year-old Corbin Holston, and 17-year-old Kiki Smith. The shooting also left 32 others injured, with 4 still critical. Those from the small town watched as police announced the arrests.
I'm grateful that justice will be done, and I'm glad they got somebody.
Police say their focus remains on the families affected.
We're tired of going to the mothers and having to tell them that these kids are not coming home. We're not concerned about the headlines.
Let me say this. Let me say this right here before we get into to that side of it, because that I really don't like I said, I just gotta be for real. Let me say this first. First thing is this. What really just make me just the maddest about this shit is that these motherfuckers get to go up on that podium and act like arresting these. They wouldn't have gave a fuck if they arrested the motherfuckers on the top or the motherfuckers on the bottom. Just as long as it wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? The shit that make me just so fucking mad is that it's like, dog, at some point we gotta look at like you doing they fucking bidding. I hate to say it because it sounds like like cliche, but it's like, dog, they can get on that podium and act like tracking down and giving niggas all the time in prison is them trying to help niggas. They've been doing this shit since before the crack days. They cause a problem, then back up and act like, oh, we the one to solve the problem. But it's hard though, because trying to put them, I want to put the blame on them, but it's hard when it's like, oh man, like like I said, this situation don't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. It's gonna be another one and another one and another. Like they said, it's been 106 mass, and this ain't no mass shooting either. They need to kill that shit. Don't try to put niggas in the same boat as y'all. This ain't no mass shooting. This is niggas feeling like they enemies was up in there and shit like that, and getting back for some shit that took place in the street on some shit. Damn though, my nigga. You remember I said a long time ago, I said, dog, it seemed like us older niggas is gonna have to go to war with the younger niggas on some shit. Oh, we getting to the point where our children could easily be up in this motherfucker. And that's now we get to the real shit. Now we get to the real shit. The only thing that matters. Turn the fuck up. We in this Shout out to that nigga Trey Reed in this motherfucker, man. What the hell going on, man? Nigga, is that Trey Reed in this motherfucker? Hold on, nigga. Where the hell Trey Reed at? Hey, no, hold on. I gotta say that. That's real shit. I gotta give a nigga that. I gotta give a nigga that. It is hard to put the blame, I'm saying it, put the blame on the white folks when a nigga just, and like I said, we about to get into, you know, why the shit happened and all that shit, but it's still like, my nigga, come on. I can't even rock as hard as I need to rock because if you say that, you know, they already looking to bam us. Come on, my nigga. If y'all niggas is that hard down and rocked out like that, you what the fuck, man? And I know all the goddamn shit, nigga. The black man is more likely to kill the black man, the white man. I feel that, but we don't have they numbers. Dog, if y'all niggas is down home shooters ready to go, cocked and ready, is going down like that, my nigga. Y'all niggas is confused. My nigga, listen to what I'm telling you. These niggas right here, these niggas is already turning on each other. What the fuck? No, dog, real shit. How the fuck can't it be confusing to speak on this shit when you, so you speaking as a street nigga, speaking as a gangster, you speaking as a father of children that have to go through this shit, speaking as a citizen, speaking as a black man. So yeah, you're gonna be pulled a million different directions because it's like, it's so many different ways to see this shit. But it's like, my nigga, if you go and hit a Sweet 16 party where my child at, what the fuck other reaction is a nigga supposed to have? This is why we all have to get on one page, dog. Is we with this gangster shit or not? If we not with this gangster shit, then that means, hey man, because we got so much bullshit going on, fuck what them folks is doing over there. Fuck the mental health they going through. Because we got so much bullshit going on, hey man, anything that divides our people, it has to be cut out. It has to be cut out. So just as soon as a nigga, any black person Here I go again. Wow. Wow. We are just now coming out of the hole that we dug ourselves pushing the No Negative News November campaign for a whole year. And now here I am again talking about what we got to do as black people. Wow. Wow. No, I really just caught myself like, no, we just did this. The whole point of that No Negative News November shit was for us to be able to mend the issues that we had behind the scenes without having to see our dead ones on the internet and people making money off of talking about them and shit like that. This is exactly what we were trying to stop. This is the exact thing that we were trying to stop. Had the No Negative News November campaign been taking fuck what the people did to kill the movement, motherfuckers, if motherfuckers would have picked that up and took that in their household, all the motherfuckers on the screen right now would not be in the situation that they're in. These are children. These are children. When these boys go up, when they go up for their court date, their parents are going to say that they're children. They're going to fight on that half. The one in the middle, his parents are going to fight that he was not a willing participant and he was pressured into doing it by the one on the right and the one on the left. These are children. The problem is they can't just be children when they kill motherfuckers. Let them be children when they want to go outside and fuck around with these niggas. No, you can't go outside. The motherfucker don't want to listen. Fuck that. We gonna talk. Motherfucker don't want to listen. You send his ass up to the damn military school, or you tell your brother to come in and whoop his ass from the beginning. So that means we're going to get to the girls in just a moment. But that means when these little boys is little and shit like that, and you see them being bad and mischievous and all that shit like this, right then and there, because you don't want them to be in this picture, maybe you do something you don't want to do. Maybe you say, hey, look, Daddy, I need you to come in. Your boy is acting up. And if he won't come, if the father of the child won't come, then you ask for help with another man. How long? Listen now, I'm just talking to you. How long is this shit going to happen before you realize that you can't control no little boy in this climate? It's going to take a real fucking man to be able to mold him to not fall in this trap. Make no mistake now. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. This wasn't no innocent type situation. Niggas ain't come there with the guns and shit because the motherfuckers, the niggas who got shot was backing down. Nobody wants to look like a bitch. This side bucking to the ceiling and this side bucking to the ceiling. Somebody talk to me. Why couldn't either side back down? Nobody wanted to die. Nobody wanted to get shot, and nobody wanted to go to prison. Why couldn't either side back down? The little girls. The little girls. See, this thing don't stop with raise your boys up right. See, you having your child, your daughter in a house where violence and arguments and all this, even if she's seeing that shit, arguments online is different. But when that shit is actually in her real life, she starts to feel like that's normal. She starts looking at a man bowing his chest out and another man bowing his chest out, and the one that back down, he's the pussy. And you go towards the man that bowed his chest out. That's how you end up right here. Because soon as it was a rowdy moment, soon as shit got rowdy, you don't go over there to see what the fuck is going on and insert yourself into the situation or try to tell this side to back up from that side. You get the fuck from around that. And if violence is not natural to you, if you're not comfortable with that violence and that loud talking, that's exactly what you're going to do. When the crowd goes to the left, outside to the parking lot, all the kids is yelling and the girls are screaming and the niggas, oh, what them fuck, we finna go to the trunk. Everybody trying to show how heavy they nuts is. You gonna go all the way to the, like, oh yeah, we gotta get the fuck out of here. This ain't I'm not used to this. Shut it up.
Even though these are 16 and 17-year-olds, we will be charging them as adults in this.
2 teenagers are behind bars in connection with Saturday's mass shooting in Alabama. And within the last 30 minutes, authorities have charged a third person, a 20-year-old. 4 people were killed, 32 others wounded at a dance studio in Dadeville during a birthday party. Fox 5's Tyler Finger was there this morning as Alabama police announced the arrest of those accused killers.
A growing memorial marks the site of the mass shooting that rocked small-town Dadeville, Alabama. Days after gunfire erupted inside the Mahogany Masterpiece dance studio at a Sweet 16 party, 3 people have now been arrested.
This is Alabama. And when you pull out a gun and you start shooting people, we're going to put you in jail.
Law enforcement have charged 17-year-old Tyreek McCullough, 16-year-old Travis McCullough, and 20-year-old Wilson Hill Jr. with 4 counts of reckless murder, 1 count for each person killed, with more charges expected.
We're going to make sure every one of those victims has justice and not just the deceased.
Investigators have not said what sparked the shooting that cut short the lives.
Let me tell you something, just in case you don't know, for the people, for the uninitiated, maybe you ain't, because I don't know about, but I imagine that in Ohio, and I imagine everywhere, you got a building. There's a building there. And the only reason that building is there, the only purpose that that building serves is so that when a party, usually it has a specific type of party. For example, let's say Club Live. So Club Live would be a building, and the reason why you go there is to celebrate a bachelor party. And they got a club called Licks, and that's for bachelorette parties. Of course, you can have your bachelorette party at Live and your bachelor party at Licks or whatever like that. But you know, usually they're for that one reason. Riley Hall is for your wedding reception. You know what I'm saying? The Civic Center is for maybe for a big funeral repast, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. But there's a building where pretty much its whole purpose is to get rented out for kids' parties. Every time that building is rented out, there is a fight. There is a fight there. If it was a party at Knights of Columbus or the Center and a certain group of people came in, there was going to be a fight. This is how it was down south. I don't know if y'all had something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell them something, Eric. I'm trying to tell them something. You see what E.T. Washington said? Okay. See what I'm saying? That building has no other purpose. It's not for fucking nothing else except for teen parties. This place has a reputation. As these kids are going there, getting dropped off, riding around in the parking lot, hitting the gas and all this other shit, smoking, and it's crunk up in there. Before anybody gets to that fucking building, everybody on their social media, see, motherfuckers, a lot of motherfuckers don't ever put that real life connotation to these situations. It's not a party and people get shot at the party. No. Flyers went out. If not a month, then 2 weeks in advance. The girls who didn't like each other decided on whether they were going to go. The guys who don't like each other decided whether or not they're going to go. And those decisions, it was a domino effect. If they're going, they're going. If they're going, they're going. As soon as that's understood, now they're going. Oh, we need to get more security because they're coming. Dog, I'm saying if it's too late at night and ain't nobody listening, then let me just go and get out the way. I'm trying to tell you, like this it ain't no magic trick. Nowadays, see, back then we had to, you know, when the party was going on, you might get dressed and go down there and ride around the parking lot to see if that shit was packed. Motherfucker will do 5 loops before they go in, just trying to see who out there. Who's in that building matters to how the night's going to turn out. Once it's understood Jeff, you gotta come on the Cash App, whatever, so I can remember that. Jeff, make it come to the Cash App or the PayPal. Once it was understood that the dude at the bottom, the dude on the far right, on the bottom, soon as the word went out that he was going, it was girls that decided to go right then because they wanted to see what would happen if the dude at the top left also went there. What was going to happen if they were in the same spot at the same time? See, this is what they're taught. Is not there's not no information about what happened close to the chest. My nigga, come on, it's a fucking team party and motherfuckers shot in that motherfucker. It wasn't gonna be no motherfuckers not finding out. Them niggas could have wore a mask and the whole thing, and motherfuckers would have still known who had beef with that motherfucker on the bottom right. Because when the nigga on the bottom right did whatever he did to disrespect or clown the dude at the top left, everybody knew it. It was the front page news. The parents knew it. We got to stop playing this silly bullshit. We got to stop playing this silly bullshit. Like you don't know these motherfuckers. You know these niggas. This ain't about being street or gangster. When you was young, you knew the fucking tea or the information around the school. You knew what the fuck happened. That was one of the biggest shits about school, is that motherfuckers don't keep secrets. They don't keep secrets well. Everybody's talking, oh no, he didn't. And by the time we get down there, they could have had an argument. Now this nigga done slapped this nigga with a handful of piss. Oh, you know, Sherelle got a party coming up. Ooh, I know they ain't finna come. Oh, girl, you know I'm finna be there. This is why it's important. The whole thing is important. If you run our childhood to their childhood, there will be so many parallels. It's like, what the fuck? We had a song that would make us fight. We knew all the bullshit. We had a certain way that we went to the club. There was a group of people who didn't get along. If you're from a small town, there's nothing going on. So, like, most motherfuckers is going to run towards a fight just because it's not much to see. It's not much to do. That dog. You let me know if I'm tripping. What? Oh shit! Shot. I got you. I got you. I see what you did. Oh man, hold the fuck on, man. Hold on. I ain't like that, nigga. Hold on, nigga. Nigga, shout out to that nigga Big Mix just came in this motherfucker. Nigga, you know we don't play no motherfucking games in here, nigga. I knew I was going for a reason, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. Man, shout out to that nigga Big Mix. He just came through, no words, straight love, rocking out the real way. Hey, Mix, I appreciate it. Y'all will be hearing Mix very, very soon on our new episodes. I appreciate that love, my nigga. I shout out to that nigga. Oh man, ET. Shout out to Eric Washington came through. No words, straight love. I don't see the words. Oh, hold on. Eric Washington came through and said, "So sad what happened to those kids." Shaking my head. Check out DM. Okay, I got you. Shout out to that nigga Trey Reed. Trey Reed came through and said, "We in this bitch, my nigga. You know what the fuck going on, my nigga. We working like that. The real way." Oh man, come on, man. Y'all niggas finna start this bullshit, man. Let me get the show going. Y'all tripping, man. Come on, man. Man, look, shout out to that nigga Showboat coming through the cash app saying love, love. Showboat, what the word is, my nigga? You know what the fuck going on, man. Yeah, man. Nah, we gotta have that love like that, man. I appreciate everybody who's showing love. Dog, you know, I look at these situations and it's crazy looking at how fast a motherfucker will just feel like you see these niggas and oh my God, you don't know what the fuck happened and you couldn't understand why a motherfucker would do anything. Dog, I'm gonna be on some real shit. Dog, I'm gonna look in the comments for this one. If you have a piece of your city that looks like this, let me give you a better picture. A piece of your city that looks like this, let me know in the comment. I'm looking right now. If a piece of your city looks like this, I'm looking. Dog, I know exactly. I can tell you I can damn near tell you the street. I can damn near tell you the street. This look exactly like it. Look at this. Look at the comments. Look at this. This is nationwide. Where the hell this dude Cedric from, man? This nigga was, okay, I'm about to tell you what the hell. No, you ain't lying. Yeah. We got some locals in this month. Dog, big homie just said Detroit. That's some real shit. Hold on. You saying Atlanta and Texas or Atlanta, Texas? Oh, we got Justin Bay. We got a lot of goddamn locals in here. Richard, dog, dog. Real talk. This don't look like what's that street? Eric, what's that street what the fuck they call it? It was the toy box. The toy box. That street where the toy box is at. Dog, and also, hell no, that ain't Mobile Street. No, but no, look, Cedric, I'm thinking this look just like MLK. I was gonna say MLK. Right there, if you coming from Broad Street, coming to Franklin, the medical center right there, this what it look like. And what the fuck? They got the chicken places right there right now. Right across the street from the old toy box, the strip club. Taylor would know. Yeah. Southwest Atlanta. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Hey, what's that? What's the new strip club? It's the old toy box, the old toy box. It's the old Uptown for real. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, though. Dog, this is Anywhere USA. This is the issue that I've been talking about from the beginning. Dog, we keep on separating these situations as if like we don't all have the same thing. This is nationwide. Listen to what I think. listen to what the fuck happened. Maybe that's the issue. Listen.
Even though
the urgent hunt for a killer after a deadly shooting rampage at a Sweet 16 birthday party in Alabama over the weekend. 4 people were killed, including 2 students just weeks away from graduating high school. It's one of at least 10 mass shootings over this weekend alone, and the 164th this year.
I would say this has definitely been a life-changing experience.
Brenaja Hutchinson talking to ABC News from her hospital bed about surviving Saturday night's deadly shooting in rural Dadeville, Alabama. It started as a Sweet 16 birthday party, shattered when a shooter or shooters opened fire, killing 4, injuring 32.
I was still inside the building, yelling at them to help me, and nobody would help me, so I had to gain my strength and walk outside after being shot.
The shooting wounding this tight-knit community as police raced to find a suspect, asking locals this evening to help them with any leads they have. Keenan Cooper was DJing the party when the attack began. He remembers the moment when the shots first rang out.
They mentioned someone had a gun. They stopped the party for a second, asked them to leave. Nobody left, and the party continued. An hour later, that's when all the shots rang off.
Among those killed, 18-year-old Philstavius Dowdell, the birthday girl's beloved big brother, a Dadeville High School star athlete and honor student who'd accepted a football scholarship to Jacksonville State University.
He's so goal-oriented, always had a smile on his face, just willing to help anybody and do anything that's possible.
I feel like he didn't deserve that because he was innocent and he had just committed to it.
Listen to me. This is what we got to understand. If you innocent, listen to what I'm telling you. If you innocent, then when bullshit start, you leave. Now, we understand that these is kids, but as you can see in this situation, a childish mistake had grown-up consequences. 4 people died. Permanent. That ain't no 2-day OCS, 3-day suspension, dead forever. And niggas is finna get real grown man time. No matter, and that's another thing, y'all niggas think y'all finna go in that bitch and tell on each other, I ain't really shoot that much and all that shit. Nigga, it's over with. It's over with. You felt that disrespected that you had to come back and what you feel like handle your business, and this is what it is. And you got to take that, and niggas is not ready to take that. But it's both sides of it. If niggas is innocent, as soon as the grown-ups say it's time to leave because there's a skirmish, there's some bullshit going on, it's time to leave, niggas still bucking to the ceiling because they trying to show that they not pussy. Ain't no winners on the screen right now. Ain't no winners. The same girls that was jumping up and down like, yeah, fuck nigga, you know what it is, all that other shit, just screaming and making noise and shit like that. Now you trying to find somebody to help you because you shot. This is what has to be understood from the top. There is no going back and forth with this gangster shit for nobody. You gangster? All right. All the way then. That means you ready to get your life sentence and you ready to die. If you a football player, gangster shit pop off, that's when you choose, I'm a football player, I'm going to get the fuck around. And you don't have to listen to this shit. Nigga, shit. Nigga, shit, do it the gangster way. Fuck that shit, nigga. Fuck with me, nigga. It's up. Well, you right. It show up. It damn show up.
shooters, because there may be more, who opened fire at a Sweet 16 party. There have not been any arrests yet, but we are learning more about the details of what unfolded during that attack. The shooting took place at a dance studio. 4 people died. More than 28 people were injured. Some of them are in critical condition. Now, for the first time, we are hearing from the mother of 16-year-old Alexis Dowdell. This was her birthday party. We spoke with CBS News correspondent Omar Villafranca. Let's listen.
I was standing in front of the door because I was months outside, and I just heard like a gunshot. And after when I heard the gunshot, I started to run from the building. Then I came back when it stopped. And by the time I got back, I just saw out the door open, everybody rushing out and running.
Alexis's brother Phil was one of the victims in the shooting. Omar Villafranca joins us now from Dadeville. Omar, thanks for joining us. First of all, just amazing that you were able to hear from her. Tell us how mother and daughter are doing. It was, joyous Sweet 16 celebration. What else did they have to tell you? Did you talk to both of them?
Well, they're saying that they have good days and bad days, good times and bad times right now. It comes in waves, the grief does. Mom and daughter said that they've been crying. And they're also still in shock at what happened. Mind you, this was something that they had been planning for a while. It's a Sweet 16 birthday party happened right behind me here. And what made it interesting is that Alexis was telling me the sister that they were close. She had just made varsity cheer this year. So on Friday nights, she was there with her brother, who was a football star. So here she was being able to cheer on her brother playing on Friday. And it was great. They would always take pictures after the game, her in her cheerleading uniform, him in the football uniform. And he was the big brother there with his little sister. Mother, Latanya, was telling me that she's in shock. She said he always had a smile on his face. This was a kid who was doing something with his life. He was, after playing well on Friday nights, he earned the honor to play on Saturdays. He was going to go to Jackson State and play football. And that was something he was looking forward to doing. And she had the dates down, still in her head. May 25th, he graduates. May 31st, he is going to Jackson State. Now she says she's still in shock because she's in the process of planning his funeral. But I want to tell you a little bit about what Alexis told me. She was inside on her phone, as 16-year-olds are, and DJ's playing, and the shots rang out. And this is what she had to say.
I dug down. I was in front of the DJ and I dug down. And then my brother came and grabbed me, but he pushed me to the ground. And then the gunshots were still going off. So I had waited a little bit and I got back up. And it was like people bodies just at the door. So I just jumped over them and I just ran out the door.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I just can't imagine what this mother and sister are going through. We learned a little bit about Phil, Latanya's son, and Alexis.
New information in a deadly shooting at a Sweet 16 party. The Douglas County Sheriff says it was gang related.
Yo. No. What am I telling you? This is a whole nother shooting. A month. This happened a month ago in Atlanta.
Just minutes ago, the sheriff's office released these booking photos of the 3 teen suspects. The sheriff says they killed 14-year-old Ajane Hill and 15-year-old Samuel Moon. Fox 5's Anjali Proctor is live in Douglasville with the new charges. The sheriff says they killed 14-year-old Ajane Hill and 15-year-old Samuel Moon. New information in a deadly shooting at a Sweet 16 party. The Douglas County Sheriff says it was gang related. Just minutes ago.
Real shit. Real shit. No, that don't kind of spook nobody. Just I'm saying, so it's 3 shooters on both shootings. Sweet 16. I guess that's the part that's getting me. I can understand. All right, Sweet 16, because it makes sense. Young niggas shooting, I can get that. But 3 shooters. Listen, dog. Listen. Dog, on some real shit, dog. Parents, listen. This shit is really coming down to the wire. You either are a parent or you are a homegirl or a homeboy. This is a whole nother fucking shooting. I want to ask a question, but I don't know if motherfuckers gonna be honest. Dog, 3 shooters, Sweet 16 party, multiple dead. Fuck it, I'm gonna ask it. I want to know if I'm tripping right now. If your daughter or your son asks you, come in the room right now and say, can I go to the Sweet 16 party my friend is having? What is your response? Be honest. Don't just be honest. I'm just trying to see if I'm tripping. What is your response? Oh man, shout out that nigga. Oh man. Shout out that nigga legit in this motherfucker, nigga. What the hell going on, nigga? Shout out that nigga legit in the building. Oh man, that's big homie right there. E man, handle business, big home. That's love. It's good to see you, my nigga. Real talk. They say no, hell no, they can't go. No. That nigga Josh said, hell nah, you better go play that damn PlayStation I just bought. Real talk. Okay. Sai says yes. Sai, tell me why you say yes. Hopefully I can move to the suburbs so I don't have to. Only if I knew the parent. My sister 16, I don't trust it. Wow, that's big. That's big right there. That's big. Ooh. 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 Damn. Damn. That's heavy. Damn. That's not, hey, that's real shit. The suburbs have a whole different type of monster. That's real shit. But dog, just on some real shit, like we're talking about this shooting that just happened in Alabama. It got to me because it's Alabama. I need to hit the phone. What happened? Man, whatever. They just told you. And I guess I'm knowing deeper shit, so I'm putting it together. They just told you what happened. Wow. Okay, sis came through. Sis said yes. She said yes, I would let my child go. And I asked her why, and she said, I don't want to shelter my children. Of course, they know to move around. Okay, of course, they know to move around in case. Terrell Brown says, I wouldn't stop my child from going. I also teach him to feel and smell the air. I can feel that, but it's and like I said, this is why I said the floor is open. Be honest, dog. If that's how you feel, like I said, you can disagree with me. You know what I'm saying? We need to be able to have. This is the fucking problem. We have to be able to have these conversations, especially parent to parent. The kids can't be the only ones who's connected, like dog. And you know what? Let's talk. Whenever it's a situation with children, the first thing that you should look at is the parents. You should be looking, man, what the fuck do the parents got going on? Why they ain't fucking, handling business with these children? But when you're in a small town and shit like that, dog, you have to be up on some type of game as far as like he said, his children can't play with children of single mothers. Maybe that's going too far, but looking at the parent and saying, okay, I'm looking at the tree. I don't want my fruit to be around that fruit. Because you understand how malleable children are. This is already taking place with the middle kid right here. It's already taking place. Dog, this whole, I think that in as generations been moving forward and everything has become so much more liberal, dog, motherfuckers is starting to look at parenthood like it's just a friend type situation. You can't tell the child no. The only time that you punish the child is when you can record it on social media and you want to cut the child hair off and all this other, extreme bullshit, when all you would have to do is whoop that child ass and start saying no to that child when they're small so that they never bow up. Dog, it's been at least 5 parents that were murdered for taking their children's phone away. Children murder parent for taking away the phone. That's not talking about all the parents who have been assaulted by the child. By the time the child is old enough to understand what the phone is and how important it is to them, dog, there is no more raising that can be done. Another very good point. And listen, when you say that there ain't, I'm gonna get that one. I don't think that we should judge how they look in this picture because they are being booked for multiple counts of murder. So I don't think you can really judge how they look. The one on the left, the one on the far left. But this is where we at, my nigga. Like, dog, as a parent, you can either say no and have that child be mad at you, but you got to start that early. You can't let that child, but also you can't be beefing with the father or the mother. Y'all can't be beefing and you just doing shit to gain that child's fucking favor. How does the fathers or the mothers feel? You know that some of these kids were you know, the father wasn't in the house, mother wasn't in the house, whatever the fuck the situation is. And they get the news that their child is dead. Dog, there's so many lessons in this situation that it's fucking scary. I wanna let me ask this right fast. Since we asking questions, if one of these boys was your son, I want it for those of you who have children, look at it like your son at 16, at 19, and for those of you who don't have children, look at your niece, your nephew, your little brother. If this was your child, what would your reasoning be? And I want you to use your child in this situation. If your child grew up to do this, what do you do right now? If this is your child, what do you do? I don't, you know, as far as dropouts and all that, and it's what I'm saying, dog. Ooh, man, who is this OK? Who is this OKS nigga? Are you on the Patreon or something? This nigga, he I'm talking about, he going heavy. He saying some shit. Mm. 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 That's some real shit there. So I said, as a parent, this is one of my children. All I could do is accept some calls. Dog, that's real shit, dog. That's some real shit, dog. And that's another thing, just on the other side of the pillow, it's like, dog, if this is your child, you looking at them and it's like, I can't do nothing but hurt. Dog. And this is a part of this shit. And like I said, this is why, like, we have to really talk on some heavy shit. Dog, if you are just gangster, all the way gangster, set in stone. By the time I was 21, it was set in stone. I'm that. And mother understood that, and that's the age that you got that life insurance policy on me. 21, it was full-fledged. You know, before that, you might be tinkering and tinkering. 21, full-fledged. This is who I am. And I accept everything that come with this shit. If that's your setup, if you just, yeah, nigga, whatever the fuck. I don't shed no tears for no gangster. I don't shed no tears for no street nigga. If that's what you are, nigga, then that mean that when this shit come down the pipe, nigga, you accept this shit, do your time, and handle your business. And if you on the losing side, if any one of these niggas who got hit was the intent, I ain't, you know, we ain't got to speak on that. But if one of them was the intended target, and they represented that like that, and they really stood on that shit on some like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like when mama tell you to take that bandana out your pocket, you ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Tell you to stop throwing up them gang signs, you ain't gonna do it. Dog, you gotta take that how it comes. And also, the parents on the interviews have to be for real with that. Was it a Sweet 16 party or was this a motherfucking shindig? If your child is showing signs of gang banging, it's over. Like, hey, you finna go to military school, or I'm just finna put you as a ward of the state because I'm not finna be going back and forth with this shit. Because anytime they go out the door, it's not guaranteed which side of this board they gonna be on. They might be on the top, they might be on the bottom. They might be on the top, they might be on the bottom. If you decide that you totally with this gang shit to the point where you, nigga, I'm disrespecting them on that. Once you enter the gang world, then that's what that is. Everything is everything. A nigga might have to knock down a 13-year-old because that's who niggas is sending to hit older niggas. And this is why that contract with the street shit is gonna be crazy when that comes out. I want to talk about the girls. I want to talk about the girls.
Even though these are 16 and 17-year-olds, we will be charging them as adults in this.
Two teenagers are behind bars in connection with Saturday's mass shooting in Alabama. And within the last 30 minutes, authorities have charged a third person, a 20-year-old. 4 people were killed, 32 others.
And leaving 28 others injured.
Fox's Charles Watson says police still have not given any official information about who opened fire.
All I know is my granddaughter was dead. And that right there, I'm speaking my heart. Just ripped it apart.
Hurt and anguish in Dadeville, Alabama, as the small town tries to come to grips with Saturday's mass shooting at a teen birthday party that killed 4 and injured 28 others. All of the victims were young, 3 in their teens, according to the Tallapoosa County coroner, who identified the deceased as 23-year-old Corbin Holston, 19-year-old Marcia Collins, 18-year-old Philstavius Dowdell, and 17-year-old Shonkedia Smith. Smith's grandmother says the 17-year-old was.
How old is she? See, It's nothing wrong with your children growing up, but like if your child is starting to look like people that are on the news for crimes and all this other shit, it's time for you to say, hey, I don't want you to go outside like that. Really, if it's to that point, then you really behind the ball, because they shouldn't want to look like that. But she looked like that's a problem. She looked 25. I'm saying that because when you look at how heavy this crime is, like, damn, these little niggas did a big crime like that. Dog, look at this girl. It's big stakes on the tables. It's a lot of stakes down there. Hold on. Oh man, there go that bullshit. Man, shout out to Rose Academy coming through. Rose Academy. Nigga, I know damn well. D Rose is up in here. Nigga, D Rose is in here. When the man, what the fuck? Man, shout out that nigga D Rose came through, said the Rose, I got thrown on that. The Rose Academy came through and said Supremely Black Podcast. Come on with that shit, man. Oh man. That's alumni right there, man. That's heavy member right there. Shout out to that nigga D Rose came through on the Cash App and said, keep going, my nigga. You know what the fuck going on, nigga? I'm telling you, the motherfuckers who stayed down during last year, I feel like we went to fucking war together. Nigga, I feel like we went to war together. Man, come on, man. Shout out that nigga D-Roll with that love, my nigga. Shout out to that nigga Gerald. Gerald came through and said, how to tell if God's talking to you or your intuition. Jared, you want to explain that one. That's deep now, but you got to explain that one. But I appreciate that love. Jared came through on the Cash App showing that love. Shout out to that nigga Big Mark Entertainment came through and said, salute, big dog. Support from the ATL. Stay solid. You know what the fuck going on, my nigga. We're going to stay just like this, my nigga. The real way. But I appreciate that love, dog. Shout out to that nigga David Banks came through. David Banks said, love the content. David, that's a new person too. My nigga, I appreciate that love. Come back through and fuck with us. We do it just like this, my nigga. I'm going to say this, though. I'm expecting, if you in here, I'm expecting that you a little bit older. You know, mid-20s all the way up to your 50s. We are in this situation where these children have lives, like they have lives. They got their own shit going on, and I don't like it because I want to be in control of their life. I want, you know what I'm saying, like. You need to play with Dora the Explorer or JoJo Siwa or play with some slime and shit like that and just stay on that level. But that's not what they own. These kids are trying to figure out who they are. They're trying to make their own, you know, carve out their own place in life. And when we see shit like this, it's like y'all niggas didn't even get to see who y'all wanted to be. And y'all got thrown in a situation that has made the most solid niggas fold. The last decision that you was truly able to make was whether or not you was gonna get out that car. And once you got out that car, everything else is pretty much you finna have to live the life of even if you get out, the life of a convicted murderer. Where most niggas do not have no good life. That's the sad part. The ones that are dead, they're dead. That's sad. They're gone though. There's no more decisions to make. Let me talk to you. Y'all can hear me? Can y'all hear me? Oh, yeah. So, every day when you get up, it's 12 o'clock. So tomorrow you're going to wake up. Tomorrow payday, you're going to, you know what I'm saying, handle business or whatever. There's so many decisions that you have to make, even getting out the bed. Now, tomorrow will be easier because tomorrow payday. You nigga, actually right now, 12 o'clock, you probably looking at your damn deposit, trying to see if that shit came through. It's supposed to be there at midnight. But there's this, so even right now, decisions have to be made. What are you gonna go spend that money on? As a grown-up, we have trouble making decisions throughout the day. Once you've taken this step right here, it just made everything so much more complicated, but not just for you, because the family of these niggas, they have to still live in this one-horse town that don't even got a Walmart. Everybody got to shop from Family Dollar or Dollar General. If they built a Walmart in this motherfucker, it will be pandemonium. Your family still got to live there. The problem is explaining to these kids, because it's not just the dudes, it's the girls. You're trying to tell your daughter, hey, listen, just because there has not been a shootout, just because it's only been fights that have happened so far, doesn't mean that it's only going to be fights. Just because nobody has tried to put nothing in your drink and take you nowhere doesn't mean it can't happen. You need to be on point. I'm dog, just on some real shit, my nigga. Like, it's like having a child in this climate right now, one child, let alone multiple. We've already had one scare at my of a school shooting and shit like that, a scare. And you know, now it's just like with anything else. You know, when you young and shit like that, the parenting seem like it could be just easy and shit like that. Even when you have a child that's a 1-year-old, 2-year-old, it can seem easy. But when like this is your child, like this is your child, this is where they at right now. How the fuck could you not be scared? We wasn't thinking like that back then, dog. We wasn't thinking about some horrible shit happening. We wasn't smart. We wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you emboss or put that onto your child? Like, how do you fucking do that? Especially if, you know, people have trouble doing that when they are in the house with their children, let alone, you know, not being in the household with them every day. Like, how the fuck would you do it? And it's not no easy answer to that. And so we you know, we throw these ideas around and shit like that, but the only shit that I can come up with is just like hard down. We need to fucking lock shit down. But then you, what Sweetheart said, you don't want to shelter the children like that. But it's just so many fucking threats, dog. We talking about a fucking shooting right now. We haven't even started talking about these kids on these drugs, driving these cars. Once again, the children that die, that's final. That's over. You got to deal with that pain. But what about the child who gets shot and is paralyzed from the neck? And y'all, if y'all listen, y'all see I go there a lot, because to me, that is so fucking scary to me, dog. Like, that is so scary to me, to have to be dependent on somebody to wipe your ass. You got so much that you know, and you want the child to know, but they don't believe that it could happen to them. Crazy shit is 9 times out of 10 it won't happen. But what about that 1%? Our girls look like this. Our boys look like this. About the only time they look like the ones on the bottom is when they're in these type of pictures, when we got to find a good picture because they got fucking killed. Wow. Wow. I'm anybody got any viable answer? I'm at this point I'm listening, because I, you know, go around and around with this shit, but it's like we don't, like, on some real shit, what can we do that's realistic? I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. I believe what Sergeant King said. I believe that. I believe that. And then if you try to lead by example, then what if they don't take your example? What if they take young boys' example? You know, one of the hardest things that you'll have to do as a man is compete with the dope boys and the gangsters, because that's who all the little girls like. That's, you know, they seem famous for that time. You know, it seemed like the streets revere them, but the child doesn't understand what all that comes with on the back end. That's real. That's real right there. That's real. That's real right there. I feel like, you know, one of my biggest ones was, take them to a small town. Y'all remember that? Don't raise your children in a big city like Chicago, New York, and all that. Go to a small town so that the distractions are minimum, minimum, or at a minimum. Mm. And that's so fucking scary. That is so scary, because you right, my nigga. You right. That is so fucking scary. Man, hey man, Alabama hitter and OKS, y'all need to get to the Patreon, man, because y'all saying some heavy shit tonight, man. That's real shit, though. It's gonna get worse before that nigga said worser. Come on, man. We gotta get serious. I've always hated when people say worser. That's not a fucking word. But no, real talk. No, that's heavy though, man. That's what it seems like, dog. It's just gonna get worse before it get better. It's like, the sooner that's real shit. Oh man, hold on, man. Man, shout out to Mafia Boy Music. Mafia Boy Music, no words, straight love came through Mafia Boy. Hey, look, let me tell Mafia Boy something. Why is this bitch acting like this? Mafia Boy, nigga, that's how you supposed to do it, nigga. At least. No, I'm saying at least. That's how you supposed to do it, at least. I appreciate you, my nigga, for getting your shit together and rocking out. No, I got you. Hold on. No. I can do it. Hold on. I can do it for you. Let me show you. I got you. Let me show you.
Yeah, watch this shit.
I can show you.
Yeah. Can I speak to P?
Hey, yo, tell them Pastor Troy and them down South Georgia boys said, since everybody think they soldiers, then what's up? We'll go to war. That's what. Big mouth, big talk, big down, taking it out. Get shot, get chain, get blocked, and all the people nothing like even one voice on the mic. Wish you might show you right. Hey, I'm thinking I'm very right. In the night, pack tight. KO, we got no.
You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that, like that shit meant something. That shit meant something. Shout out to Naeem Edwards, always coming through with the love, rocking out the real way. As I said, just on some real shit. Like her work ethic, Edgar Allan Cole's work ethic is what kept me pushing, you know what I'm saying, throughout that rough time, whatever like that, just seeing how heavy they worked. And now to see that she's really getting what she supposed to get over there. I want to salute those people who go over there and see the value on what's going on early and get their seat on the train. Because like I say, it's after a while, you're going to just be a drop in a bucket. So shout Naeem Edwards, I can't say it enough. Man, hold on, man. I just said the name, nigga. Shout out to that nigga Edgar Allan Cole coming through the door, my nigga. Hold on, what he said. Edgar Allan Cole said, we are in the last society, big home. This is Reporter from Hell. I keep telling y'all that Edgar Allan Cole has a whole plethora of books, and you go over there to his channel, and you can see all of the books and everything like that. The Last Society is actually one of his books. Dog, and if you listen to a lot of the stuff that he says in the books, also, shit seems prophetic. Like what he wrote came to real life. And that shit is crazy. But that's what we were talking about, having that discernment and shit like that. You want to give that to a child. I believe that everybody doesn't have it. So, you know, just because you go to church and everything, and if you don't have discernment, it's going to be hard for you to teach the child, you know what I'm saying, those intuitions. If that child sees that, like, how the fuck did you know that? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I will tell, you know, the oldest, I tell her, you know, I say stuff about the older because she's at that age to where she can understand me and everything. And I will tell her things that are happening. She'd be like, how did you know that? Whatever like that. And those things will make them more open to hearing what you have to say, so that you can teach them how to see things before they happen. And you just got to hope that that sinks in heavy enough. But shout out to Edgar Allan Cole, always rocking with us the real way. Shout out to that nigga Davis. Davis came through and said the Real Big Facts podcast. Come on, my nigga. Come on, my nigga. You know we got that. You know, we handle it, but I'm glad that you know what's going on, my nigga. Real talk. Real talk. I appreciate it, big home. Hold on. Hold on. D-Rose is up in here somewhere. I can't see him, but he up in here somewhere. D-Rose came back and said, tell them we remember them drought prices. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. You know, I always one reason why I fuck with Rose so heavy, and he's on Supremely Black podcast, and like I said, I can't wait until he brings out this next idea that he has. I'm also blessed to have a group of people around that aren't just like one hit wonders and shit like that. People who are actually able to capture lightning in a bottle multiple times. So he has a new series. I don't want to talk too much about it, but one thing I always was heavy about D Rose was that you go on Supremely Black podcast and he is just the, you know what I'm saying, utmost, just, he could be a fucking, you know what I'm saying, political, all that. Like, he's very well spoken. But once he see that you on a certain level with the street shit, man, you'll be blowed at like, what the fuck? And that is what's needed. So when he goes out and talk to the kids, it's not some, you know, button up, hey, you need to listen to the word of the, oh, he can talk to you on a real level. On a real level. And that just give you so much respect for him, because these niggas on the internet is really just ducks. And they doing everything in their power to try to seem street. And what he shows to people is the, like, what's the name said, leading by example. But behind the scenes can show that, oh, I know all that. That's to be respected. And like I said, that's why it's just what it is. Real shit is going to take longer to build, period, point blank. A real fan base is going to take longer to build than the one that's going to go up and down because of, you know what I'm saying, bullshit. A motherfucker talking about fuck all the, you know, and fuck all, just if you come on YouTube to beef with people and shit like that, people will watch, but they really don't give a fuck about you. That's why I'm blessed to have the team around me who actually has real people that fuck with them the real way. So that's heavy, my nigga. Real talk. That nigga said, we remember them drought prices. If you don't understand what that means, what he's saying is, nigga, when it was, nigga, shit wasn't looking too good, and shit like that, and motherfucker were like, oh, I'm getting the fuck out of here. We remember what happened in the drought now. We ain't got to talk about it, but we remember. We remember. We definitely remember. But like I said, you know, at some point, some gonna have to change. Somebody gonna have to step up. I've just done it. I'm coming off of that. So somebody else time to step up, because nigga. So somebody else time to step up, and we gonna support them from the outside. And once we build our shit back up, we'll go back out there. But dog, what I realized from going around the fucking nation and passing out flyers and trying to get signatures for the petition for the No Negative News November shit, what I saw was that everybody pretty much feels the same, but motherfuckers are so set in their ways, they just feel like that's just how it is and nothing can change until something like this happens. And now you want all the people to stand up and do a fucking march for peace and all this other shit. Marches haven't worked for nothing on nothing. The way this shit stops is in the household. Very simply, if the nigga don't want the child, don't have the child. If you don't have a car, don't have the child. If you're not prepared to be a mother on your own without any help from the government, don't have the child. Big homie just told you, like, dog, it's only gonna get worse. So you having a child right now, you just putting them in an even worse situation. You having to work 3 jobs and then try to raise a child, it's not gonna work. You're gonna get the call that your child was one of the fucking children that got killed at the Sweet 16 party while you was at work, because you couldn't look at who the parents were and what type of gang war was going on, and that these motherfuckers that's out here 16 years old is full-fledged gang banging. You don't do that. Don't allow that to happen. Start from the very jump, the jumps. All right, you're not going to keep a boyfriend by having his child. You're not going to save a relationship by having a child. Fuck that shit that anybody's talking about. Independent bullshit. If you working 5 jobs, you can't be no fucking mother. Katrina Gibbs said a long time ago that you're not no parent. That child might as well be a pet. You feed it and clothe it and keep a shelter. You do that for a dog. Handle your business. I don't give a fuck about no deadbeat nigga. You have the choice. You decide whether a life comes into this world or not. It's all on you. A nigga can bust in you and you can get pregnant 1,000,000 times. If you don't want to have the baby, you don't have the baby. Period. Yeah, what it is, my nigga. Man, I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking out with us. Mafia boys came back in and said, it's a process. We working on progression, big home. Handle business, my nigga. I see you. I ain't worried about it. You working, my nigga. I see you. All right, I see that. All right, love, love, love. I appreciate everybody. I really don't want the parent to come on here, but if they want to come on, we'll set something else up. But I appreciate everybody rocking out with us tonight. Everybody coming through, everybody supporting how we pushing. Y'all know we coming back from this thing. We'll be back on top in just a moment. I'll see y'all in a minute. Love, love.
What I want you to think about is this right here. What about if this 85-year-old man, who they say this could possibly be racially motivated, this is him reaping what he sowed. First of all, the young man lived. If he was that bold at 85 years old to simply shoot a 16-year-old black man for ringing the wrong door, something tells me this is not his first time doing this. This is his first time getting caught. But 85 years old, with that kind of hatred in your heart, this can't be the first time you've been involved in a racially motivated, violent crime against a black man.
This is good. This is good. I want to, if your grandmama was out there busting it open for 5 dudes, we deserve to see it. You want to know why? Because we need to see the exact point where these people destroyed our culture. And I'm not talking about them because they doing exactly what they do. I'm talking about the people who were supposed to fight for us, to fight for our generation so we wouldn't have to be in the situation we're in now because we don't learn from anything. Fat meat, not greasy to us. But soon as somebody do something that we deem unfair or it's a disparaging, and why would he do that? Why do she got a $50 apartment and all she got to do is keep having children? Well, she has children, they go to prison. She keeps her $50 rent. That's a fair trade. And you want to know why it's a fair trade? Because you was at Freaknik and you didn't care about us.